What up, Panther Nation, Roppstar gang? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button on your way in, on your way out. And as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys coming through, man. This is not going to be a show, honestly, for the this is not going to be a show that's going to be me saying anything positive. I'll be honest. I have nothing to say positive about this team. And I'm back to my roots of saying, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. This time, it's got to be about consistency, man. It's just, it's 1 week. That's how long it just takes for the good vibes to last here, man. Like 7 goddamn days after Carolina, you stomped the shit out of the Falcons 30-0. You made it, and you made it look easy. And like you just would think like maybe they had their shit together. And they go to Foxborough. We get our teeth kicked in by a New England Patriots team. Honestly, is not that good. They're mid. They're better than us. That's for sure. They're better than us. Now, again, from what I've seen from New England, they're mid. That doesn't mean it's going to change. That doesn't mean that team can't change and can't turn it around, and that they're not a team that could go down the line and could end up being, absolute ballers of a team. I wish them nothing but the best for sure. I have no ill will towards the New England Patriots. You know what I mean? But it wasn't. Again, it's not about just. It isn't. It wasn't just a loss. It was an unraveling, the kind of performance that to remind you that this franchise hasn't been able to sustain anything resembling consistency in years. Like you can call it a fluke. You can't call it a fluke. You can't spin it as just one of those games. I mean, it's a total collapse across the board, man. So let's break down this carnage. First and foremost, appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button on your way in and on your way out. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. I got to share my screen here. My computer is being a little funky. That's okay. That is okay. I'm about to fix it right now. But again, it's just like I said, chat, like we can't have anything nice. We're not allowed to have anything nice, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you that. You're just not allowed to have anything nice at all. I'll tell you that. Golly. All right. Do I got that? I want to make sure I have this in the right order. Okay, I do. Perfect. Give me a second. Sorry about this, chat. Thought I had this all done. All right, it's done now, though. All right, here we go. Go see all. Go to present. Present full. Okay. Oh, shit. Give me a second here. There we go. Oh, Lord. So, yeah. Appreciate you guys in this chat already. King Jermaine, what's good? Eric Blair, what's good? Appreciate you guys coming through, man. Running out of excuses is what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen. That is what is going on. Okay. It's crazy to me. It's just crazy to me, man. Like, That's why I couldn't go live Sunday night, chat. I literally, I'm still like in my mind right now. I can't put words together to figure this out as to what I think I know the issue, and then I'm going to break that down here shortly. I think I know the issue, but a lot of people aren't going to like it. So I might lose subscribers over this. But it is what it is, man. Honestly, the truth hurts, doesn't it? Let's start off with a few takeaways, and then we'll get into the game breakdown. I'm going to be breaking it down from a different angle tonight as well. First things first, man. This special teams went from strength to dumpster fire, man. Last week, this special teams was a weapon for us. It's literally I felt like we lost to ourselves once again. I felt like we literally the Patriots did to us what we did to the Falcons. It's crazy. This week we were a complete liability in the special teams. Like, this clown show started right after the opening touchdown drive when rookie kicker Ryan Fitzgerald shanked that extra point, right? This was the same kid who'd been automatic through 3 weeks. Later, he came up short on that 55-yarder. I mean, forgivable for sure, but it just piled onto the disaster, man. Like, then came Marcus Jones, who turned the Carolina's punt coverage into his own personal highlight reel and torched us for 167 yards on 3 punt returns, including an 87-yard house call, another long backbreaker. I mean, it was embarrassing, and it completely flipped the momentum. They literally took what we did to the Atlanta Falcons to what we did, what they like, literally just, it seemed like the exact same game plan, man. It's crazy to me. What's up, Love Max, Eric Blair? What have we done to deserve this? I'll tell you one thing we deserve this is because I'm seriously thinking that this just organization is just cursed, man. I like Cam Newton may have got like a voodoo doll out there and just made it a Bank of America stadium or a Carolina Panthers voodoo doll. And maybe he went down to New Orleans and got somebody to put a curse on this organization because we have yet to make things right with that man. I don't know. I'm just throwing conspiracy theories out there at this point. But my goodness, man. I don't know. It's like I can't make sense of it, man. I can't make sense. And at this point, I can't even be mad. I can't get mad anymore. I can't get mad anymore. I laugh. All I can do is laugh now at this point. What's up, SC Panthers boy? We pulling for South Carolina. We're engraved with disappointment, Clay. Absolutely. Like, I mean, it's true. I mean, I feel like this organization is cursed. I don't know. But again, man, like, the special teams aren't, they're special teams matters, but it's not supposed to be like that deciding factor of a game, to be honest with you guys. And until they do, and then Carolina's third unit went from a strength to basically a flaming liability, right? You putting the defense in bad spots, killing any chance at a comeback, right? In this game. Run defense still MIA, man. If you were waiting for this Carolina's defensive front to finally show up, man, don't hold your breath. The pass rush remains non-existent. Drake May could. He had so much time back there. He could order DoorDash, ate it, and still throwing the ball. Like, this is a guy that should have been running for his life. We should have. I just don't get it, man. This is a guy that in the 3 straight games was sacked 12 times. The game before this one, he was sacked 5. But he spent the afternoon looking like he was playing 7-on-7 drills, bro. I mean, we're talking about 14 of 17. 203 yards, 2 touchdowns without breaking a sweat, bro. And apparently we logged 1 sack. I don't even remember the sack that we logged, to be honest with you. But people kept saying that it was when May stepped out of the bounds for no gain. That was it. That's no fucking sack. Even DJ Wanham, Pat Jones sideline. There's no excuses, man. This unit has been bad for 2 straight years. I get that we've got rookies, Nick Scott and Princely Mamiellan. They have the potential. The potential's there for sure. I think they got all the potential in the world. I still do. But they're being shoved into roles they're clearly not ready for, and it shows. But see, we've got a head coach that came out today. Either he came out today or he came out yesterday in his press conference and said, it was either today or yesterday. Pat came out in his press conference and said that he likes the 3-4 scheme. Of course he's going to say that. He's defending his counterpart, Najiro Evero. Of course he's going to say that. Hey, Chris, at least somebody did it for you. My girl made me sourdough pumpkin cinnamon rolls. That was my lightening the mood on Sunday. That was the lightening of my mood on Sunday when my girl said, "Hey, I'm gonna take this sourdough and I'm gonna make you pumpkin cinnamon rolls," and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna eat the shit out of that." So that was my highlight of my Sunday afternoon. But man, the bottom line is if your defense can't get pressure on the quarterback in today's NFL, you're a toast. And this is the same bullshit we're seeing every single game. Carolina is getting burnt weekly. Burnt weekly. All right. Young and McMillan were out of sync. Let's be honest. Let's just talk about the supposed future of this offense, right? They look like oil and water. That's the way, because Dave Canales and Bryce Young right now are oil and water. That's what they said on ESPN, the 99 with Dennis Cox and what's his name, Chris something. They said it best, said that they mix about as good as oil and water. Well, in this game, Bryce and Tetairoa McMillan mixed about as good as oil and water. But I'm telling you right now, and we're going to dive more into the Dave Canales and Bryce Young situation. Either one's got to go or both's got to go. And in my opinion, you'll find out here shortly, but I got a lot to say about both of them. Let's just start off with Bryce Young. All right. We're talking about a guy who continues to need to deliver against teams going in your 3rd year. You're going against the Patriots, and he didn't. You walk through Foxborough. You walk into Foxborough. You're fresh off a 30-0 demolition of the Falcons. That's a rare moment of collective competence that us fans daring to believe this team would figure out the things out. And you go, Young took care of the football, man, but the defense, for 1 week, it all clicked, right? Like, Young took care of the football. Our defense actually showed up, and our special teams didn't shit the bed, right? Against the Falcons. But you thought, and I thought, and I wasn't overly optimistic about it. Was like, oh, this team is going to turn it around. I said that this next 4-game stretch for them, they need to win to have momentum going up into the next 4-week stretch when you go up against teams like the Green Bay Packers, the Buffalo Bills, the LA Rams, the San Francisco 49ers, because that's going to be your stretch. This 4-game stretch, I told you guys, this 4-game stretch between New England, Miami, the Jets, or Dallas and the Jets is the most important stretch for this season. And you're now 1-3, just got demolished by this New England Patriots team. Bryce Young, I'm going to tell you right now, looks like a rookie time and time again right now. Dave Canales called plays like a man that was terrified of his own quarterback. I'm not going to hold back on Bryce Young. I'm going to say first things first. I'm going to give him some flowers. One hell of an opening drive. Like if you only watched the Panthers' first possession, you would have swore Bryce Young was locked in and ready to cook. He opened by spreading the ball to 4 different receivers, capped it with a perfectly placed touchdown to Tommy Trimble. Generally looked like a number 1 overall pick in that first drive, even after David Moore, who got his elbow crunched, which was that was a terrible tackle, by the way. Should have been a penalty. I mean, it was like a hip drop tackle with his arm, right? So here's the thing. If you're a Bryce Young believer, you might want to just go by because I'm going to cook this guy. Right? That drive, I'm going to go back to that first drive, though. You had rhythm. You had tempo. You had confidence. Canales scripted these plays, worked like a charm. Young made it look easy. And then that fucking curtain closed, man. That first drive was the high point of the whole game. And the Panthers never even got close to that level again. I mean, the first half fell off a cliff, bro. Once Carolina got past their scripted plays, the offense looked like it never had met each other. The rhythm disappeared. The protection broke down. The protection broke down because when your fucking offensive line coach or whoever made the decision to take, once Chandler Zavala went out, to put in Mr. Walton over Brady Christensen, God almighty, please explain that to me. A guy that got moved up from the practice squad, you put him up in there at the right guard where Chandler Zavala is, but yet you got Brady Christensen right there. And Brady Christensen, at the end of the game, becomes the highest PFF graded player on your offense at the end of the game. Like, someone makes sense to me to why we went and paid Brady Christensen again to sit the bench, but yet when Chandler Zavala goes out, you choose to put your fucking practice squad player in, who got moved up. Someone make sense of that to me, because I would like to know. Brady Christensen, I think, through his career, who started games, has only allowed, I think, 4 sacks in his career. He's a better left tackle than Ike Ekwonu. I mean, let's be honest. But back to Bryce Young, man. Like, Young's accuracy tanked in this game. When the Patriots brought pressure, he froze. He folded like a cheap tent. By the halftime number, if you go look at his halftime numbers, if you go look it up, which I have in front of me right now, 55% completion, 112 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 rushing yards, 1 sack, 87.9 passer rating. That looks passable in a box score. It looks all right. You're okay with it. The eye test, if you go watch the film, which I went back and unfortunately watched it. Go watch the film, man. It told you a whole different story. This team is so disorganized and predictable and completely overwhelmed. It's not even funny. And I put that on Dave Canales. Part of it is Bryce Young, for sure. But I've got to put Dave Canales. And I'm going to put Dave Canales on the hot seat right tonight. He is on the hot seat. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. Because the Patriots had answers for everything, ladies and gentlemen, and the Panthers had no counterpunch. You would think that we would make some adjustments. You would think that this team would make adjustments, but they couldn't even take what the defense gave them and make anything with it. No, Nervous. This team doesn't need a Deshaun Jackson or Ted Ginn. Bryce Young needs to go. Dave Canales needs to go. Maybe Bryce just needs to go somewhere else and he'll succeed. But Dave Canales is a soft-ass head coach. He is soft as baby shit. He's a player's coach. He's probably at best a coordinator or a quarterback's coach. He is not head coach material. Let's just call it what it is. He doesn't hold players accountable. Nah, no. Shout out to Nervous with that $5 donation. I appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you coming through with that $5 dono. And if anybody thinks that Dave Canales needs his own quarterback, you're out of your mind. Because I'm going to break him down tonight too. Because he's on the hot seat. Shout out to Nervous for that $5 dono. But back to Bryce Young, man. Here's the funny thing is that Dave Canales is one of those head coaches that has said that he believes in Bryce Young, but man, let me tell you something. The way he does this play calling for this kid, man, he is contradicting himself. Like, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And I'm going to dive more into Dave Canales, but this also has to do with my observations of Bryce Young's play. Canales is play calling screamed, I don't trust my quarterback. So even when the Panthers were getting slaughtered 42-6 in the fourth, Canales was just dialing up safe, conservative junk bullshit. Short passes, predictable runs, no aggression, no 2-minute drill. It was football's version of waving the fucking white flag like a pussy. He can say all the right things in press conference about he believes in Bryce Young. He can say, oh, well, we had great week of practice, but it's all bullshit at the end of the day, man. Save me the heartache and the words of what you're saying and show me actions. Actions speak louder than words, Dave Canales. And his actions suggest to me he's not convinced that Bryce Young can dig this team out of any hole. And to be fair, Bryce Young didn't exactly inspire confidence in me either on Sunday, because when your coach calls scared, your quarterback plays scared, and that is exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. And any of you guys who are Bryce Young believers, just get it out of your head and say, this kid ain't it, man. He's just not that good. He's not. And this was such an afternoon for me that I wanted to forget or burn from my memory, because that's how bad this fucking game was for Bryce Young. That opening drive was one thing. Keep it from being like a total rock bottom. But after that, man, it was panic throws. It was missed chances, happy feet in the pocket, zero sustained momentum. He looked flustered, frustrated, which is not the body language you want from your supposed king that y'all call him, or your franchise quarterback that some of you guys still continue to call him. And eventually, you've got Canales, who's mercifully yanks him when the game is out of reach, but the damage was already done, my guy. Young sat on the sideline, again, looked pissed, slammed his helmet, defeated. And honestly, who can blame this kid, man? 1 week after looking like a guy that could manage the offense, you just hit rock bottom once again, crash back down to earth, and that's it. So now, if anybody is a fan of this team, should have more questions than answers, to be honest with you. The locker room says they believe in Bryce Young, but the fan base, I can tell you right now, it is starting to split. I've already seen it. And this game didn't help it. We are in 21 starts into Bryce Young era. He still has yet to strung together 2 solid performances in a row. And at some point, he just needs more time those excuses are running out, man. The excuses are running out for this kid. The roster around him is flawed. Yes, Canales looked like he was calling plays with oven mitts on, but elite quarterbacks, man, elevate their team even in chaos. Young didn't elevate. He sank the ship. He went down with the ship. He sank it. And the Patriots cracked the code. Take away the easy reads, pressure him, watch the offense fold. That's exactly the groundbreaking strategy they needed. The Dolphins' next opponents, have their own problems, but we'll see. If Young doesn't bounce back, this season will continue to circle the drain. This wasn't just a step back. This was the crash into the ditch, my friend. That's what it was. Bryce Young had a chance to show consistency after, I would consider, even though it wasn't like a statistical game of the year or like his best game of his career, but it was his best game of this year, in my opinion, because of the way he managed the game, right? And instead, he got bullied into irrelevance by this Patriots defense that smelled blood. He doesn't have to be Patrick Mahomes, man. I don't need him to do that. All we wanted to do from him in this year was to show growth, show poise, show some consistency. And otherwise, he is on the fast track of being another cautionary tale, ladies and gentlemen. He is a highly drafted quarterback who flashes brilliance but never sustains it. All you Panthers fans can talk about all they want about believing in Bryce, but at some point you've got to look at yourself in the mirror and say the only thing that matters is what shows on Sundays and the tape. And in Foxborough, what he showed was a whole lot of nothing. That is what happened. That is what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan J, what's good? Eddie Harden, what's good? Appreciate you guys coming through. Tom Brady 12, what's good, my guy? T. Thompson, what's good? Clay, I agree, Clay. Fuck the practices, like, dude. Yeah. Oh, we had a great practice this week. Oh, did you? Did you? Yeah, you could have fucking fooled me. But Tetairoa McMillan, I mean, the thing is with Tetairoa McMillan, it's like, yeah, I'll say this: Young missed some throws badly towards him. I mean, McMillan had some droppable catches. I think he probably had 2 drops that were catchable, that definitely killed some drives, leaving yards on field against the Patriots. But their timing was just off all game, man. Like, one glaring example, I remember Young missed him wide open on a crucial 4th down. That's the kind of misfires that keep you stuck in the mud, man. I mean, again, McMillan is still going to be the most productive player on this offense, be honest with you. Through 4 weeks, he's leading this team in receiving in every single game. The connection will come. I mean, at this point, it's going to have to come with Bryce because they're not going to bench him. But right now, this is the team that desperately needs some consistency, some accountability, some reliability, someone reliable, some competency. So, like, there's so many words that this team needs. Not just 2 people. You know what I mean? But let's move on, man. Canales is on the hot seat. He is running out of excuses, ladies and gentlemen. I'm done with this happy guy bullshit that we see each and every week, man. Give me somebody with some fucking balls, because this guy, he left him in his wife's purse, I think, at this point, because I haven't seen him, because this is another week. It's another week. It's another Carolina Panther. It's another collapse. That's what it is. 1 week removed from shutdown, beatdown of the Falcons that we had. made us fans think, maybe these guys don't really totally suck. And then you crash back down to landing. Like, you're running out of excuses, Dave Canales. Like, this performance stunk from every angle. It stunk from every angle. Like, this was just, I mean, this wasn't just a loss, man. It was a castration, man. We literally got castrated. Like, I mean, the Panthers were disjointed and uninspiring. Again, this team just, man, like, they look like they quit long before the final whistle. Like, the Patriots, who haven't exactly been juggernauts this season, which is crazy, they made us look like a JV squad. And again, this script was all too familiar, ladies and gentlemen. The offense looked decent on the scripted opening drive. Young tossed a beauty to Trimble. Then the playbook ran dry. The rhythm died. The offense folded like a cheap tent. Special teams, clown show. Marcus Jones ripping off the 167 yards on 3 punt returns. Had a house call. Had another backbreaker. We forgot how to tackle, right? Ryan Fitzgerald missed both an extra point and a 55-yarder. Trevor and Etienne is the worst punt returner I've seen so far. Why we continue to put him out there, but you had to because David Moore was out. So what else are you going to do, right? Cam Jackson goes out in this game. It's just absolute chaos, man. Defense missing in action, right? No pass rush, no resistance against the run. Patriots walked up and down the field with one of the least talented offenses in the league. The whole thing was a clinic in how not to play football. And so here's the thing. Your head coach has no balls. He coaches scared. That's the brutal, honestly truth. Once you get that script, go through that script in the opening drives, most your plays were gone. The offense just is bland, man. It's predictable. It's toothless. It's lifeless. Whatever you want to call it. But even when they're down 4+ touchdowns, Canales called like he was protecting a 3-point lead in the preseason. Short stuff, safe runs, zero aggression. Like I said, no creativity, no aggressiveness. It was football's version of waving the white flag. And fans noticed. Hell, the players noticed it too. You got Derek Brown out here saying we got our ass kicked. And Derek Brown was even questioning, like, how do we go from beating the shit out of the Falcons to getting our asses spanked? Like, when you've got your own players questioning that, there's a problem, bro. I'm sure you've already saw the viral video of David Tepper walking with so-and-so, stomping out with his big-ass lemon head, drop head, pissed off. You could see the steam coming out of his ears. He was ready to blow up then. This team doesn't believe in itself. Their head coach's timid play calling isn't helping. Let's just call it what it is. But the blame game, again, I'm glad, but I'll give Dave Canales some flowers on one thing. He did actually show some balls in his press conference after the game. He said that this loss was on him. Well, no shit. To his credit, Canales didn't point fingers at the loss. He put them on himself. He even said when soldiers lack discipline, the fault lies with their commander. The Game of Thrones reference wasn't his, but it might as well have been because that's exactly where the Panthers are. When a team gets wrecked in all 3 phases of the game, the offense, defense, special teams, that's not just bad execution, ladies and gentlemen. It's bad leadership. It's failure on his part. That's on your head coach. Let's be clear. This is not the worst roster in the NFL anymore. Carolina's talent level, in my opinion, has climbed out of the basement, but you wouldn't know it from the scoreboard and from this coaching staff because the blowouts of this magnitude this often, that is what is unacceptable. You have to look at the coaching staff just as much as the players. Oh yeah, I mean Jadarius, go look up. This is Dave. I'm telling you, man. Telling you. Jadarius, right there, man. Lemon drop head. David Tepper, right there, man. That's right there. There's David Tepper. Lemon drop head. Ears and all, man. Except no hair. There ain't no hair. All right. Right there, man. Right there. Fuck that guy, anyways, by the way. I'm in a mood, man. I'm in a mood. I'm tired of this team, man. Like, I don't cuss this much, but I'm tired of this team. I'm tired of this. I am tired of this team. I don't care who the owner is. I don't care who the quarterback is. I don't care who the defensive coordinator is. I don't care who the special team coordinator is. All I want is to see winning football on the field consistently. I don't need to go 17-0, but give me some consistency for love of God. Is there any candidates you could think of a head coach? Yeah. His name's Brian Flores. That guy's got some nuts. That guy's got some nuts. Because Brian Flores would kick Bryce Young off this team in a heartbeat. Give me Brian Flores. He's got that guy. Oh my Lord. He can coach some damn defense. Give me John. Yeah, Broski Bear, same thing. Give me John Gruden. He's got some nuts. My baby girl's asleep, so don't worry. She's not. I ain't cussing in front of her. Oh, Rock Jones. Of course he is. He's a stud. What do you expect? I mean, and plus they traded away. What's his name? Or they didn't trade him. Yeah, they traded him. Or no, they let him walk. I can't remember. It was the linebacker that I wanted, actually. But if I had to choose one right now, if I had to choose a head coach, yeah, I mean, John Gruden would be great. Brian Flores would be great. That's who I would like. Well, fuck the lemon head drop. I'm telling you right now, man, this guy needs to sell the team. Like, until that happens, we're just going to be in this purgatory. I'm telling you right now. But he's not going to sell the team. He just spent for what? How much money to rebuild that stadium? But for what? Because he says that Charlotte's a soccer town, remember? That's the problem. Your owner believes that Charlotte's a soccer town. Isn't that something? That guy will invest all the money in the world in that fucking soccer team, but he won't invest any money in this football team except rebuild that stadium. Won't give me a fucking competent head coach, competent quarterback, competent defensive coordinator. Then fuck that guy. If you hire Flores, you need to hire an OC to run the offense. Who would you want as an OC? I'd have to do some research, my guy. Maybe he can bring Kevin O'Connell's since he's over there at maybe since Kevin O'Connell's an offensive guru, we could just take the OC that he has. Wouldn't be opposed to that. Wouldn't be opposed to that. At least that's a QB friendly offense that he's running and that he's learning under Kevin O'Connell. I'll say that, broski. I don't even know who their OC is. Let me look up Vikings offensive coordinator. Wes Phillips. He has been the OC for the Vikings 2022 under Evan O'Connell. Recently had his contract extended. That's one guy I would have looked at. Wesley Phillips, Vikings OC. If they went and got Brian Flores. But back to Mr. Dave Canales. Fire Dave Canales. This is probably the debate that's going to be heating up. I mean, I think this fan base is already talking about it. We've seen it. Some of you guys are already screaming for his head. I am. Others want to be patient, just like with this whole Bryce Young bullshit. Arguing the rebuild needs more time. It does. It does need more time. Normally, a rebuild takes 3 years. We're really on year 2 of this rebuild. But the case for firing him is the fact that last season's defense set records for points allowed this season. This team still gets boat raced weekly. The lack of adaptation. Canales looks stubborn. He's running the same stale approach week after week. You had the sluggish preseason because his decision to continue to rest the starters in August left the team unprepared in September. Am I wrong? Because when I'm going down this list of things, please tell me where I'm wrong. You also got this toxic positivity, because that's what it is. The toxic positivity. Because there are fans out here who are sick of this rah-rah optimism that doesn't line up with the product on the field. Doesn't line up with the product on the field, man. And if anybody thinks, and I hate to say this, guys, you think bringing in a Lenore Sellers or Garrett Nussmeier or Drew Allard or an Arch Manning's going to save us? Go look at Cam Ward over there in Tennessee. They're 0-4. He just called his team ass. He ain't saving his team neither. Y'all got to understand that this team is not a QB away from getting saved. I will say here's one of the truths about Bryce. The talent and play calling, again, like I said, has been so bad. I have to give some of leeway to Bryce because he's not able to succeed in this offense that Canales runs. However, he's not a talent enough to mask a team's shortcomings, right? Like I said, he's not able to elevate the team even in chaos. That's the difference between elite quarterbacks. They are. That's the thing. I mean, it's true. We just keep getting fucking butt raped. Absolutely. Absolutely keep getting pounded, man. But here's the case. I mean, you can make the case, though, for not to fire him. Again, like I said, you can make the case of not to fire Dave Canales because of the rebuilding process. I mean, again, you can still say that this roster still is under construction. You can't microwave success. Players buy in. Reports say the locker room likes him and believes in his message. But again, time and time and week, I don't want to hear, well, we had great execution in practice. Well, fuck your practices because you ain't executing on the field. So your practices can't be that damn good. But the problem is nobody on this team can stay healthy. So when you do have practice, you got guys who can't practice, and then you can't practice no longer than a certain period of time. So how much are you really getting out of practice? And then and another thing is people against probably fire him. They say, well, better than predecessors, compared to Matt Rule's disaster zone. Canales at least feels like progress. I don't know how. You know, I don't know how. You know, and then you got the optimism for the future. He insists that the Panthers are close to turning the corner. 1-3 doesn't tell me I'm turning any corner. If I was 2-2, like it would be different if I was 2-2 after the Patriots lost. I could be like, oh, okay, it was just a bad game, right? We're still 500. We're still okay. We still got 3 games that we can win. The problem is nobody buys we are close when you lose by 29 points to a Patriots team with more questions than answers of their own. Plain and simple. And again, lemon head, drop head, David Tepper, his patience is wearing thin. You can't tell me that. The owner hasn't exactly been known for his patience with coaches. And let's be honest, this franchise has been one long clown show since he bought it. And Canales has been given time to instill his culture, but at some point, the teaching and positivity has to translate to wins. And if this team continues to flop against a winless Miami Dolphins team, which I haven't checked the score on it right now. But if you lose to them, let's say they lose tonight to the Jets, and you go against a 1-0-4 Miami Dolphins team next week and you lose, I'm telling you right now, your ass will be boiling hot. It will be, you will have 3rd-degree burns on your ass cheeks, Dave Canales, if you lose to an 0. Let's just say if Miami loses tonight and you lose to them and they're an 0-4 team, you can't tell me his ass ain't on fire. The bottom line is Dave Canales can talk about progress until his voice gives out for all I care. But this is a results business, ladies and gentlemen. And I haven't seen a damn thing that tells me that these results are what he's voicing. Because every team has injuries. Every team has flaws. The difference is some coaches elevate their players and others get fucking boat raced. And right now, Canales looks like the latter. He can either stop his team. He can either stop his team from getting embarrassed weekly, or this David Tepper will find someone else who will. No more excuses. I'm tired of these moral victory bullshit. Give Bryce Young time. Fuck off. This time it's put up or shut up as has arrived. And that is it. I don't care anymore. Miami's up 10-3 at halftime. All right. Thank you, Jerry's. There is nothing that you can tell me and in this right now that says, Clay, give Bryce Young more time. Give Dave Canales more time. Bullshit. 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 You know what's so sad too? We beat them. You know what's so crazy, man, too? First downs. We had 21-16. Chat. 21-16. Isn't that wild? 21-16, chat. Passing first downs 11-8. Rushing first downs 8-7. Third down efficiency 5 for 14. Third down efficiency 3 for 9. Total yards, you outscored them. They had more passing yards. Okay. Rushing yards, we had more rushing yards than them. We held them to 104 rushing yards. They had more penalties than us. Time we beat it. We had more time of possession, man. Isn't that crazy? From a standpoint, we had them from an offensive standpoint, man, from an offensive success rate, just based off of that alone, we had a better offensive success rate than the Patriots in this game. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. It's so mind-blowing, man. It's mind-blowing, chat. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to open up the chat. If y'all need to just have your therapy session, I'm going to open it up to you guys to call in. If you want to call in, there's the StreamYard link. I do it like a radio style. Try to make your segment like 1 minute and yeah, hop off. If you just have questions, concerns, anything like that. But I give you 1 minute. If you want to hop on, say your piece. It's just crazy, man. Because, the opening act of this game was just so hopeful. Like, we actually started hot in this game. Like, we actually looked smooth out the gate. Bryce Young, like I said, hit 4 different receivers on that first drive. Tight end Tommy Turnbull capped it off with a touchdown catch inside the red zone. Your rookie kicker misses the extra point, right? And I didn't really think about it that much, but you could have said maybe that's a here you go moment. And then the defense opened up with some teeth, right? You forced Drake May and the Patriots to punt after 3 plays, right? Forced them to go 3 and out. And then you just get this gut punch that basically told you that this is how this afternoon was going to go, right? It's just crazy to me to think about that because you got Marcus Jones who catches that punt at the 10-yard line, by the way. It was a great punt. And that coverage just evaporated in the thin air. Joshua Lilly, you are live. What is up?
How are you?
Oh, I've had better days, my friend. I've had better days. I've had better days as a Panthers fan. I can say that. But how are you? How are you doing this evening?
Good.
What you got for me?
I think the Panthers used to start Jimmy Horn Jr. If we did that, we'll probably be better. A little bit better.
I mean, I don't know, Josh. I love your optimism. I just don't know, Josh. The thing is that the good news is for you, at least according to some reports that have come out, you probably are going to see Jimmy Horn Jr. this week, according to some reports. Those can go about as far as you throwing me, to be honest with you. So, take it for what it's worth.
Yeah.
But you will get to see him. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's going to make a difference. It might. I can't say it is because, again, I allude back to the whole Dave Canales thing. Again, it is bland. It is predictable. You look one-dimensional. You're coaching scared. And when you coach scared, your quarterback plays scared. And when those things kind of happen, it doesn't matter who's out there on the field, right? I mean, you got Tetairoa McMillan, who has been the leading receiver on the field. And it's tough to say, Josh. I mean, I can't give you any positivity right now because what do I have to give you that's positive, right?
Yeah. And one thing is this season we need to get rid of our defensive coordinator.
Josh, you are absolutely right. He is absolute cheeks, my friend.
If we
So
don't get rid of him, I'm not watching football next year.
I don't blame you. He won't be on this team next year. I promise you that. I can promise you that. As long as he keeps going like this, he won't be here next year, and he might end up going somewhere else, being like a defensive coordinator or a all right, who knows? Who knows? But Josh, I appreciate you joining, man. I'm gonna let some other people hop on. All right.
Okay, you guys have a good night. I'll be watching.
I appreciate you, Josh. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. But shout out to Josh for coming through, man. He had some good stuff. Love the positivity. He made me feel better coming on. You know, made me his optimism kind of was nice, but I don't know. It's Jimmy Horn Jr. I've looked that the positive thing about the whole Jimmy Horn Jr. thing is we get to see him play. But yeah, we get to see him play. Will it make a difference in the offense? Maybe. I don't know. Again, guys, the StreamYard link's right there. If you feel free to come up if you have anything. I'm gonna try to make this a weekly or every live thing where I open up the chat for you guys. Come on, say your piece, give you about a minute or two, and then hop off. Kind of do it like a radio style. So feel free to hop on, hit the live stream link, whether it's a question, whether it's a statement, and give your thoughts on the Carolina Panthers in this game or whatever it is that you have on your mind. Or if you just need to vent for a minute or two and have a little therapy session, just let it out. Kendall, what's good?
Yo, what up, my guy?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Kendall.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, all right. Yeah, what up, my guy?
What's up, man? What you got for me?
Hey, I'll be on and off. This year 3 make or break, right? Point blank.
Yep.
But all right, how much realistic grace are we giving, right? And the reason I'm asking is this, with BY9, is this. In the course of 1 week, this dude went from wide receiver core of Thielen, XL, Coker, Renthrow, Jimmy Horn. Am I missing somebody? I think that's it. David Moore. So in the matter of about 3 days, Thielen and Coker gone, right? Then, 2 weeks later, then XL. So this dude lost Thielen, Coker, and XL. Although XL was playing like shit. But Thielen, Coker, and XL, right?
Mm-hmm.
On top of inexperienced head coach who probably doesn't truly know how to pivot from that or whatever. Right. On top of O-line that I don't know what the fuck happened from last year. And this was even, Corbett back at center. You know, we all know what that was or whatever, right? So it's like, you know, how much grace are we truly giving this guy, right? But then I think about it. You got somebody like Joe Burrow who came in, same time frame. Better wide receiver. No. He really just had Jamar or whatever.
Wait, yeah.
Shit O-line went to the Super Bowl. So is this dude like, all right, fuck, forget it, let's just get him out of here? Or is it okay? He just kind of had like bad break after bad break after bad break this season. I'm only talking about this season.
I think it goes back to what I said earlier in the show is that when you talk about the chaos that's going around him, right? Like with the play calling, right? And all that, like, again, and I said it earlier in the show when I was breaking Bryce Young down, even the elite quarterbacks in chaos, when they are in chaos, right? When they're going through chaos, They're able to elevate guys around them.
True.
That is the difference. And
True.
so for a guy that is going through chaos with a bad head coach who doesn't have any balls, I mean, let's call it what it is. He's coaching scared. Your quarterback's going to play scared. That's not Bryce's fault. But again, you can't tell me that when you go look at Joe Burrow, right? He was playing through chaos that whole Super Bowl year, did he not? He went to the Super Bowl in all chaos with a bottom tier offensive line and still made it to the Super Bowl.
Facts, and was a pass rush away from almost tying it or winning it. I can't remember.
It was close. It was close. They might have won it. I don't know. The Rams I'd have to go back and watch it, but I remember correctly that it was close, but I think the Rams were gonna win it anyways.
Yeah, but to your point, yeah, exactly. Like that's kind of where I was at with it. Like if I missed something earlier, my bad. I'm kind of
no, you're fine. You're fine.
But yeah. So like that's my point. Whatever. Like you got to Burrow. Hell, Cam. We saw what the fuck Cam had or whatever. We were in the playoffs year after year after year with this dude or whatever, right? Yep. And then you know what I'm saying? Like I hate to like I'm jumping down Bryce or whatever, but from Frank Reich to Dave Canales, it's like
it's like here's the thing. People can say, well, it's not Bryce, it's the coach, but then you could also say, well, then you're gonna say that if the coach is the third time's the charm. So because that would be two head coaches to get fired for this quarterback.
Yeah, because what's not going to happen is one quarterback on his rookie deal going through three coaches. That's not going to happen.
Right. Because I'm telling you right now, these two between Canales and Bryce Young mix is about as good as oil and water. You're seeing it firsthand. So, Kendall, I got some more people in the back. I appreciate you joining. I want to get to them. Anytime you want to come on up when I do this, come on through, man. I appreciate you coming through.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you. King Jermaine, what's up, bro? Oh, no, that's Jadarius. What's good, man? Can you hear me? Are you there? Hello. Maybe if I say Alabama sucks, he'll answer. Jadarius, you might need to hop off and hop back on, man. It's all good. Sometimes it's tricky. StreamYard's weird. But shout out to Kendall, man. Appreciate him coming through. Hey, listen, I love hearing you guys come through, man. Love doing this type of stuff sometimes. I don't do it as often as I should, but I'm going to try to do it more for you guys. Especially you guys who show me love and support. Appreciate you guys always coming through, man. And I apologize for all the cursing tonight. By the way, I do apologize. Normally, I'm not a guy that, curses a lot, but man, and I felt like I needed to get that out. You know what I mean? Because it's just been this team just puts you through such a roller coaster of emotions. So I do apologize for my cursing. I will tone it down next live stream. But we had to come on here. I had to come on here and be real with you guys tonight, because that was the only way. That was the only way, man. It's the only way. Let's see if I'm gonna give Jadarius. There he is.
Oh, right.
Therapy session time. Get your pillow.
Yeah, man. Well, man, I would say this, man. Alabama doesn't suck, but I know who does suck though. And it's my other team, man, the Panthers, man. What more can I say, man? It's an organizational issue, man. What has been pissing me off is that a lot of people have been thinking it's just a quarterback thing, but that is so disingenuous to me, man. This is an amalgamation of bad moves, bad hirings, just everything that has occurred under the Tepper era. And I'm to my breaking point. I'm sick of it. I love this team. I'm not going to bandwagon. I've been supporting this team for 20 years. But, man, I'm at the point where I just want to really just clock out and not watch the rest of this season. I don't understand how anybody can be happy, excited, or how anybody tried to spin last week's win as if we were turning around when I've sat up here and I've heard you and others stress consistency. And that's what we need from this team more than anything.
Yep.
I don't understand how some fans reacted the way they did last week, man. I said we have to do this on a consistent basis. But we managed to underperforming again. And it's to the point where, man, I am looking at Bryce Young and I am not seeing him as the guy. And this comes from an Alabama fan. I've been watching this kid since high school, man. If anybody wants him to succeed in his fan base, it's me, if anybody. But the results and what I've seen on the film, watching it on every single channel, QB school, any channel, man, I watched Bryce Young from every single perspective y'all can think of, man. And I just can't say it with in good conscience that this guy is the franchise guy. He ain't the only problem, though, because you got the youth pastor for a coach who doesn't know what the hell he's doing. It seems like everybody else, including the fan base, knows what types of quarterback he has, but he doesn't for some damn reason. I don't understand it, and I don't get it. And the DC is terrible, man. I played defense in football once upon a time, man, and it hurts me to watch this defense every single game, man. Even with the injuries, this man has failed to adjust. We literally had the worst defense in probably NFL history last year, man. So I don't really see how, as I said, anybody can be excited for this shit, man. Like, Clay, I give it to you for coming up here every week and dealing with this shit. Because I couldn't do it, bro. Because it just be me complaining and bitching and moaning for 3 hours straight every day. And I just ain't got the energy, man. So I hats off to you and other creators on this platform. That's all I have to say about it, man, is I'm tired, man. Like, these motherfuckers have beaten me into submission, man. Like, I can't take it, bro. It's depressing, bro. It's really depressing, dog.
Yep.
So it is what it is, man. I feel like we're not going to be able to get anywhere until Tepper sells the team. He's not going to do that shit unless they find something on his ass. Because believe this, they were going to keep Dan Snyder if they had found that dirt on him. They were going to keep him, and the Commanders would still be in the same fucking situation. But Tepper seems like a guy that has all of his shit together. So I don't see him selling this team no time soon, bro. In terms of his personal life, not as a fucking owner. Let me preface that. But yeah, man, I just don't know where we even go from here. Because, like you said, even if you put a Lenore Sellers or Arch Manning in this, man, it's still not going to be great. I honestly don't want them to bring them to this organization. I don't.
The crazy part is, man, I've watched a lot of NCAA football this year. I've watched a lot of college football this year, man. I love Lenore's. I don't think he's ready for the NFL, number one. And number two, I haven't seen an NFL quarterback. The only one that has been close is really Dante Moore out of Oregon. I just don't like his size. And then, of course, Drew Allard, but he's about as clutch as like, it's just like, it's just like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy there. I can't think about it right now because my brain's fried from talking about this shit ass team. But but yeah, it's like, but those are the only two, man. Like I just like, so it's like it doesn't matter who you get. It's not gonna save this organization because this team is not a quarterback from away from winning. I mean, and you hit the nail on the head. It is it's an organization from top to bottom, and it starts with your meddling owner. He's obviously still involved because after the week 1 loss, Dave Canales had a meeting with him. And then you saw the viral video that's going all over X right now. I think I saw that it had like 17 million views. And it was him just walking, looking pissed off. That's all it was. And now it's going viral, which means this guy's patience is about to explode. And somebody's ass is going to get fired. It's probably going to be Dave Canales. And he's going to take the downfall, and Bryce Young is not going to get it, is going to be here, but we probably won't move on to Bryce Young if at all until next offseason.
Yeah, I don't really see it, man. Especially with this draft right here, man, because a lot of these quarterbacks are taking a shot in the dark, man. Like you better off just keeping Bryce for one more damn season and investing in that defense, bro. That's what it's looking like at this point, man. And it's just
here's the thing, if we were talking about the future right now, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to find a bridge guy. I'm finding somebody like a Gardner Minshew, a Teddy. I would even bring Teddy Bridgewater back just because all I need is someone who's going to give me 5-6 wins. Let this defense build up. And then once I have a defense and a roster built enough to bring in a quarterback, that's what I'm doing. Because right now we ain't got it. We ain't got it. We ain't one quarterback away. An Arch Manning, a Lenore Sellers, a Garrett Nussmeier, a Drew Allard. They ain't gonna save us. I'll tell you that right now.
No, man. You're right, man. They're not going to save us, man. And as I said, dude. It's just
and it's crazy because we are also the same organization that let Sam Darnold go, revitalize his career in Minnesota, who's still having a good year in Seattle right now. Then you got Baker Mayfield, who looks like a top 5
who is torturing us now. That's like, dude, I literally went to that game last year, man. Watch Carolina. Well, I mean, Carolina had a good game, man, but Baker Mayfield has looked like one of the best quarterbacks in the damn league, bro. And I'm saying this right now, man. If Bryce Young goes into a situation like the Rams, bro, just go ahead and get ready to start eating your words again. Because that's what Carolina does. They prepare quarterbacks.
Honestly, I would not be surprised if Bryce Young changed, it went somewhere else. Like if he went to a QB friendly system, like Brian Flores, Kyle Shanahan, Kevin O'Connell, Sean McVay, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised because they are competent head coaches, and we have yet to have that. And I can tell you right now, like you bring in a John Gruden here or Brian Flores, Bryce is out the door anyways because he's too soft.
I definitely don't see him. Like, you bring in either one of those two coaches, Clay, I definitely don't see them sticking with Bryce at all, man. We all seen how Brian Flores into a relationship was.
and it's just crazy to me, too, because I didn't even mention this in the show, but I'm going to mention it real quick. On those run plays that Dave Canales did on 3rd and long, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15, which is mind-blowing to me, Canales says that he thought that they had a chance to steal some yards to get into a 4th down situation. That's why he did it. Again, that just tells you all you need to know. That tells you all you
I'm
need
not gonna
to know.
lie. I was cursing, pissed off, but I was laughing, bro. Because I'm like, you really did that shit again, bro. Y'all attempted 2 run plays on 3 and 15.
But you were trying to make it a 4th down situation. Like, I just, it's mind blowing to me, man. I've said all my piece, man. Like I've said what I needed to say on here tonight, and I'll tell you this, man. Like it's not gonna. Again, it's not prove me wrong. Again, it's back to prove me wrong and be consistent. And I'm not going to go off one game. I'm not going to go off 2 games. I need 3, 4 games. I need 3 or 4 games. But
man, you being a little too nice, man. I need 6 or 7 out this damn team for me to
you ain't gonna get that. You ain't gonna get that. Or if you'd be lucky to get 2 at this point.
Yeah, man. And like I said, I don't understand how we as a fan base could be like, we need to keep this and we need to keep that, man. This
you got people still, you still got people on Twitter. You still have people on Twitter defending Dave Canales. You still have people on Twitter defending your king, Bryce Young. So again, it's just like what you're doing right now. It's laughable at this point. It is mind blowing to me how this fan.
Yeah, it is, man.
They're just unrealistic with themselves. That's the problem, because they just don't want to hear the truth, and they just want to think that things are sunshine and rainbows and moral victories matter. And
that shit doesn't matter, man.
No, it's not going to matter. I mean, and so at the end, well, Janae, I appreciate you coming through, my guy. It's always a pleasure chatting with you. I always appreciate you coming through. So we're going to get out of here, though. I appreciate you, my guy. Well, shout out to everybody who came through tonight. I'm going to give y'all guys a round of applause. So shout out to Josh, Kendall, Jadarius for coming through. All right. If I'm going to start opening up the phone lines like that for now on. I think you guys would enjoy that more. So, and I enjoy it talking with you guys, because I'm always talking to you guys in the chat, but it's also good to hear from the horse's mouth. Right. So shout out to you guys, everyone. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Got some more content coming out to you here shortly. Going to get some shorts out tonight, and make sure you tune into those. Other than that, as always, make sure you pound that like button. Again, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always, I don't even know if I could say it. I'm out of here. Peace.